tonight. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 4 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. Kyler Murray and the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Matthew Stafford and the Atlanta Falcons.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from Jacksonville. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be let out by their quarterback in his second season now from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Murray. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A.J. Epinesa in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Murray out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their 32-year-old quarterback from the University of Georgia, the 12-year vet Matthew Stafford.
And his arm strength is often described as out of this world, and I've seen some throws out of him that are just really off the charts. But sometimes he relied on his arm so much his footwork got in the way, led to some inconsistency.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. That'll be caught by the rookie, K.J. Hamler. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
12 yards on the play. But it's
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. Still leaves them with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, Trey, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Raekwon Davis forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they wind up throwing it against your advice, but the result's still a 4th down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw. And you know how sometimes coaches talk about using a short passing game as a run? Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
And here's Joseph Charlton now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it's 3rd down.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Now a play fake here on first down. There's Jalen Reagor, his first NFL catch. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And the Falcons.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Let's hope it's not anything that'll keep him out of the opener. We'll be right back. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Stafford going to give it to Swift, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
It's brought down by Marcus May. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to power it ahead with Watt, but he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a toss for Swift left side. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Here's Koo to kick it off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Keenum. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Keenum on 3rd down. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, it's Keenum. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
On 2nd and 9, Keenum. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Karan Higdon, 45 yards. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That time a 6-play drive, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Noah Igbinoghene on the return. The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That catch good for only a couple.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up
a carry here for Holyfield. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. 41. To throw is McCarron. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. After the interception, here's Keenum. He will find Davis. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another second down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays second down, and they still have an opportunity
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's McCarron. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing again on 2nd down. McCarron finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. McCarron wants to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
Jaguars 7.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better.
Oh, Keenum has it knocked away. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. So the fumble recovery, and now McCarron. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd down and goal. McCarron. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. McCarron on 3rd and goal. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jake Kumaro there to make the grab. And the Falcons push further out in front.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Coup for the extra point.
For the point after.
It's good to make it 17-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Jaguars 7. Younghoe Koo.
Following a touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will make it into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Another try after the first down sack. Keenum eluding the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
7.
Throwing on 3rd down. Keenum. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. First kick 47. This one looks good as well. 39 yards on the punt, given just 1 yard on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. One more half of preseason football to go. And then all eyes will look ahead to 1 week from tonight, the annual NFL kickoff game. And that promises to be a dandy. In our game, the starters are long gone, but still some intrigue to see guys trying to make a late roster push as we get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Noah Igbenogany on the return. The Falcons.
Here's the Jaguars defense as they get ready to set up shop. And we watch now how effective they've been, how disruptive they've been in the backfield.
And what's been so difficult for the offense is that you know that they spent all week rehearsing these things, working on blitz pickups, protections, knowing where the pressure is likely to come from. They've read the scouting reports. They've watched the tape. But sometimes, under pressure, that coordination breaks down, and I think that's what we're seeing here.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is McCarron. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Shotgun snap from McCarron, and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 3rd down. McCarron going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now Holyfield, and he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the red zone now, it's McCarron. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And they'll go play action with McCarron. A throw caught by Kumaro.
McCarron's
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Working from the gun here, McCarron. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now McCarron. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Adam Troutman there to make the grab. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this carries into the end zone. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 29-yard line.
Now Keenum rolling to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Davis. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Davis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Keenum. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup, and that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. On first and 10. Keenum. He'll find Aguara complete. No gain there on the completion. Second and 10.
Josiah DeGuara. No gain on the play. Second and 10.
From the gun, it's Keenum. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and
again, they'll throw with Keenum. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Again, Keenum. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
second and 5.
Keenum to throw again. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
First and 10.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15. Again, it's Keenum. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. To give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's first and goal. This is Davis. And the Jags are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Brought down.
This likely a must-have. Third and goal.
Play. It's now third and goal.
Here's Davis.
Mike Davis, the ball carrier. Taken down.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Keenum going for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
They run with Holyfield, and he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Holyfield, the ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, Kane.
McCarron's
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing at the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Josiah DeGuara.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Keenum. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Coup now for the point after.
For the point after.
And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Younghoe Koo.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Josiah DeGuara, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by the rookie Noah Igbenogany. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
He was taken down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.